Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to my short, hopefully quick tutorial on how to use MS Project to update construction schedules. So, just a quick disclaimer here, I'm not teaching here going through how to build a schedule. The assumption here is you have a schedule already, which we call pre-con schedule or baseline schedule. And then the idea is using that during construction, you need to keep updating it. So you communicate with the owner rep, and send a schedule and say, this is my latest schedule up to this status date. And the expectation here is that they see what is the progress in terms of how much did you finish and what are the tasks or activity in progress, and also see what delays, hopefully not, but if there are any delays, what is the impact on the project finish time. So again, the assumption is we will have a schedule set for you, or for you as a project engineer to update and keep updating. So just a quick overview of the process of updating a schedule. So assumption here again is you are a project engineer or project manager, and you get the status report from your field people, so superintendent or foreman. Um, and I will show you right now the the typical, you can say, project progress report that you get either verbally from your field people or in a more organized, depending on the company you're working on. But simply you're asking your field people to give you an update or a status for every activity you have. Of course, you're not discussing activities that you did not touch in the field, so we're discussing here the activities that you started um, recently or just since the beginning of the project. So you're asking here, uh, what is the actual start time, what is the actual finish time, and then the remaining duration. Now, of course, you have here the baseline start and finish, which you get from the pre-con schedule. But now you have mainly two cases. When you look at the status report, you look at two main cases here, possible cases. The first case is you have an activity that has already started and has already finished. So you should have two dates here in these two columns, without, of course, now remaining duration because it's already finished. So we see here there are some activities we already mobilized, we staked, we surveyed, we did some activities here and we already finished them. The question is, did we finish them on time? Did we start them on time? So these are things you need to look at, compare initially, and of course when you put the dates in MS Project, you can see them. The other case here is that you will start an activity and is still working on it, so it is an activity in progress. So you don't have a date for finish, but now you need to, uh, push your field people and give me a number of days that are left for that activity to finish. So these are the two main cases, and we'll do this tutorial assuming that you have these two main cases. I mean, there are other unique cases, like there's an activity that you just simply cancel. So we're not dealing with such situations here. We're dealing with the two simplest cases. You have a schedule, you're following it almost in terms of the activities the same, are not deleting or adding activities. But the question here, where do you start them, and if they're not finished, how many days you have left? So this is the status report for that pre-con project we have. So always the first step, assuming now you passed maybe the first month of the project, and then the first step is always you save your schedule as an updated schedule. So this is our, now it's not pre-con schedule, it is update schedule. And for that project, it started, it's an old project 2012, but we'll here deal with a status date. We'll see right now that we're updating the schedule on 2013 February 15th. So this is, you always, when you save your baseline schedule into an update schedule, you should have this date, which is the status date or the update date, in the file name. So once you save it, now it is ready for being updated. But before even that, you need to set a baseline. So the baseline is here. You're comparing to the intention you had in terms of the schedule. And then when you update, you see how off, how early, hopefully, you are in terms of the schedule. So you go to project, and then you say set baseline. And then now you need, when you say set baseline, you say this is my baseline, and this is, just say press OK here, and that's it. So now you're having a baseline schedule. You set a baseline schedule, and then the next thing is you say project information. You see here it's an old project. Baseline schedule says that you should start by this and you end by 2013 December. Now the thing you need to change is when are you updating the schedule? So the status date. So for that we say that we'll change that to be February 15, 2013. Great. So we say OK, and then just get back and check. Yes, this is the date. At the end of the week, we are updating our schedule. And then we say OK, and then we need to now see the tracking Gantt. This is where you can compare yourself to the baseline. And then the tracking Gantt is, this is now jumping us somewhere else. So how to get the schedule? You go to View, Entire Project, and this is now my tracking. So it's not the Gantt chart, it's the tracking Gantt. So now everything here you see it's 000%, so no update information entered yet. One thing I want to do is actually show on that timeline here my status date. So you need to have like a vertical line cutting the schedule, showing this is the old, this is the future, this is past, this is the future. So you need to go to grid lines and then select status date, and then you need to select the type so it will show up, and then select the color, any color. I'm a green person, so I'll select the green line. And you see here, this is the past, this is the future, and then you need to enter accordingly. And now it's visual. You can see where are you. You can look behind and look forward in terms of your schedule. So again, recap of what we did. You save your file to the update schedule and mention clearly the status date. You set a baseline, and then the next thing would be to show the tracking Gantt, not the Gantt chart. Now we should be ready to update the schedule, but before that, let's show some columns that are not typically shown, so we can enter values into them based on our progress report. So now to enter the progress report, we need to show these values here. So you need to show, actually beside that, we need to show the actual duration. So that is the thing you need. Remember always, MS Project is a scheduling tool that was not intended for only construction. So it is a generic scheduling tool developed by Microsoft. So you have to have some tweaks applied to your own industry. In construction, this is the way you can say I'm proposing, or I've seen people doing it this way. So besides that, we need to have another column, which is the actual duration. So we need to add 4 columns actually. So the first one here I will add is the actual start, and then next is actual finish. Keep going. Actual duration, and then next is remaining duration. So 4 columns, actual start, actual finish, actual duration, remaining duration. And we see here there are things that are simply not available yet because you did not update the schedule yet. And the idea now is to use this progress report to update your schedule. And always now remember uh, that we're dealing with two cases. Case where activities are already done, started, and finished, and there are some activities in progress. So for activities that are already done, you're only using two columns here. So mobilization started December 3rd, 2012. So you can copy that. So mobilization here, this is the start. Oh, 1 minute. So this is the start for it, and then the finish is this one. So calculate here, you see directly the actual duration, and I'll just squeeze that here a little. Let's see if we can hide some stuff here. Hide column, yeah. And I will zoom here a little. That's too much. Yep. So we see here we started the same intended start, the baseline start, and the same 1 minute. So I'll squeeze that a little. Alright, so we see here actual finish was December 14, actual or intended start here was December 3rd, and no, 1 minute. So the actual duration, this is the actual finish, yes, 1 minute. So I will so actual start, I need to show actual start. Yep, so we started the same intended start and we finished the same intended finish. So we are perfectly on schedule for that specific activity. So the idea is now, this for all other activities we do the same. We just simply enter the actual start and actual finish, and then based on that it will calculate the actual duration. Of course, now it will confirm that the remaining duration is 0. So all these activities here are the same case. We just enter these dates. Now let's see the other case. So the other case, let's see the underslab is now started at February 8th. It was intended to be February 1st and didn't finish it, and we have 8 days to complete. So this is number 11 slab on underslab utilities. So number 11 underslab utilities. Now we need to enter the actual start, which is February 8th. And let's look for that. Where is this activity here? Okay, so February 8th, and then we don't have a start yet. What did I do? Slab. Yeah, it's actually this one. So under slab 11, I will copy this to the actual start, and you see now it shifted the bar chart, the blue one. So you always have the gray one as the baseline, and then the blue one is the one that shows you where are you in terms of the progress. We don't have actual finish. Now you have a remaining duration of 11 and actual duration of 0. So we need to adjust now the actual duration and the remaining duration. So actual duration is something that you need visually to see the bar to enter it. So the idea is you keep increasing the value for the actual duration to hit the status date, because this is your actual work that you did so far. So 6, and then the idea is you need to, while you enter that, you go back here and say how long do I still have to finish that. So the remaining duration is 8. and that's now you're matching perfectly. You have the same number of days remaining, which is what the field people committed to that activity, 8 days, and then with the 6 days you're just exactly hitting the status date. And based on that, MS Project calculates that now you have done 43% progress on that activity. So this is again the process. I mean, if you have actual start, you didn't have actual finish, you play with these numbers. You always maintain the remaining duration here as the one that is given to you in the progress report, and then increase or decrease or change the actual duration to hit the solid bar, blue bar, to hit the status bar or the status line, status date line. So let's see another example. 14 strip forms. So strip forms would start February 13. So and it's number 14. It's this one. So actual start is February 13. You don't have finish yet, but you have a remaining duration here is 1. So let's have 1 remaining duration, and then enter the actual duration here, increase it. So you see, it's all about the equations that the MS Project used to connect between all these values: duration, resources, progress. It's a funny formula, but you need to work through it. So the actual duration, let's increase it here, 3. Now with you did 3 days duration, let's see the 1 remaining duration, and that's what we have here. There's 1 remaining duration, 3 days here of actual duration, and now with that, if you have 3 and 1, then you have 75% progress. I mean, sometimes you get confused. Now I have a longer bar here to the right. Yes, it's longer because you actually have holidays or a weekend. So you only have here 1 working day. So you did 1 over total duration, actual plus remaining is 4. So you did 75% progress so far. You only have 25% left to finish. Okay, let's do another example. Number 15. Under slab utilities, this is the actual start. So actual start is that, and then you see it shifted it from the baseline. You keep increasing here the duration, the actual duration, and then I have here remaining duration of 13. So increase that 13. Now it's extended the light blue bar to that. So now this means you have 13% progress achieved for that activity. So keep doing that for the remaining report, and you will have a full updated schedule for you. So I'll keep doing that for all the whole schedule, and I will come back and show you what we can get out of that in summary. So stick around, and I will come back after finishing updating this schedule. Okay, welcome back. So while we were off of the video, I finished entering the dates. Of course, I didn't spend a lot of time in doing that because I had a file already done for me. So that's the file with the complete progress report with all the dates in and progress reports in. So you see now, it's either once you have an actual start, you either look at the actual finish or the 2 columns here, the actual duration and the remaining duration. If an activity not started yet, then it will simply copy its baseline duration to the remaining duration, understanding that it didn't start yet. So that's it for the whole schedule. You can see the whole schedule and all the percentages that the MS Project did for us. You can see here in the site work we did only 2 activities. We only started in 2 activities, and most of the work was done for the building itself. So now we need to understand what happened in general for the whole project. So you need now to go to get some idea by going to the project information, and then go to statistics. You can see here that there is a comparison here between the current and baseline, uh, and actual variance here, and it calculates all that. Uh, there's also the some if you have this information entered into MS Project, if you enter costs, it can give you also some idea of your budget and earned value analysis and things that are a little will take longer to cover maybe in another tutorial video. So in summary, you see you're behind schedule by 2 days and you finished so far 7%. So based on that, you do corrective actions, you think about what can be done, and move from this point on. So uh, that was simply the process for updating your construction schedule in Microsoft Project. Again, the whole process depends on you have a baseline schedule, you save it into the progress schedule with the date, and set a baseline, and define your status date, enter the information for the progress of every activity. So the actual start, actual finish, if it is started and already finished, or the actual start, actual duration, and remaining duration. So by this ends the tutorial for updating construction schedules. Hopefully you liked it and it was beneficial for you. And I'm looking forward to you maybe check the other videos in my YouTube videos page. I would love if you can share it with your friends and people who care. And also, I would welcome any comments, feedback, or suggestions for improvement. So thank you so much. Have a good day or night, and have fun.